doing, and check your pocket change right now, because some ordinary-looking state quarters are turning into hidden wealth while people spend them without a second thought. Do not spend these coins. One tiny detail could mean you're holding a silent fortune worth more than a luxury car, and almost nobody talks about it. Collectors are fighting in private auctions. Real auction shock is happening behind closed doors, and each coin in this video gets rarer, scarier, and more valuable. Stay till the end, because these coins change everything. First up, the 2022p state quarter dollar doesn't look dangerous at first. That's exactly why people keep losing it. Most Americans see this coin mixed into everyday pocket change, toss it into vending machines, leave it in cup holders, or drop it into jars without ever realizing they might be throwing away serious money. But collectors started noticing something strange about certain 2022 Philadelphia minted quarters almost immediately. Quietly, secretly, this coin began disappearing from circulation faster than anyone expected. And now, some examples in fine condition are causing absolute chaos in private sales and auction rooms. This is not fiction. One ordinary-looking quarter has already crossed into the unbelievable six-figure conversation, and what makes this even crazier is the fact that it doesn't need a dramatic mint error to become valuable. That detail changes everything. Back in 2022, the United States was going through massive economic pressure. Inflation fears were rising, consumer costs were exploding, and the U.S. Mint was operating under enormous production demand while Americans were still dealing with the after-effects of national financial instability. Coin production was moving fast, equipment was under pressure, and mint facilities were trying to keep circulation flowing across the country. During moments like these in American history, tiny inconsistencies begin appearing inside the minting process. Die fatigue, strike softness, pressure variation, and rushed production create coins that later become collector obsessions. The Philadelphia Mint, marked with the famous P Mint mark, released millions of quarters into circulation during this intense production period, but only a microscopic number survived with the exact surfaces, textures, strike quality, and preservation collectors now crave. Most people missed this completely. The front of the 2022p state quarter carries the powerful image of President George Washington, a face Americans recognize instantly but rarely study closely. On the obverse, you'll see the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the year 2022 surrounding Washington's portrait. But advanced collectors don't just glance at the design anymore. They inspect the cheek lines, jaw definition, hair texture, and even the microscopic sharpness around the lettering. Why? Because tiny strike differences separate an ordinary quarter from hidden treasure. Some surviving 2022p quarters show unusually bold facial detail with deeper-than-normal definition caused by early die states before heavy wear destroyed the minting sharpness. That is where collector obsession begins. On the reverse side, the state design elements explode with detail, layered inscriptions, symbolic imagery, and fine engraving that many circulated examples lost almost immediately through heavy public use. Yet a handful survived with astonishing clarity. Now here's where the story becomes even more intense. This quarter was never supposed to become a collector battlefield. It entered circulation quietly, mixed among billions of ordinary coins, but over time, experienced numismatists started detecting unusually strong demand, building around premium condition survivors from Philadelphia. The reason is brutally simple. Survival became rare far faster than expected. Most of these coins entered aggressive circulation immediately. They scraped against machines, collided in coin-counting equipment, suffered environmental exposure, oils from human hands, moisture damage, dirt accumulation, and pocket friction. By the time collectors realized certain 2022p quarters had extraordinary visual quality, many of the best examples were already damaged forever. That shrinking supply created the perfect storm. Demand rising, supply collapsing, collectors refusing to sell, quiet auction competition getting more aggressive every single year. And this coin feels different in the hand when preserved properly. The standard weight of the 2022p quarter is approximately 5.67 grams, with a diameter around 24.26 millimeters and a thickness near 1.75 millimeters. The girth and edge reading create that unmistakable quarter feel Americans know instantly, but advanced collectors pay attention to much more than measurements. They examine the pressure of the strike against the clad layers, the balance between the copper core and outer nickel composition, and the surface flow lines created during minting. This coin uses a copper-nickel-clad composition surrounding a pure copper center, and under proper lighting, original, untouched examples can reveal extraordinary natural texture patterns. Some coins even develop soft, antique toning with smoky silver-gray coloration that collectors absolutely love. Never underestimate toning. Original toning matters more than most people understand. One mistake destroys fortunes instantly, cleaning the coin. The moment somebody scrubs, polishes, wipes, or chemically treats a rare quarter, the surface changes permanently. Collectors can detect cleaning damage almost immediately under magnification. Hairline scratches, unnatural brightness, altered texture, and dead surfaces kill collector interest fast. A cleaned quarter that could have been worth serious money can suddenly collapse in value overnight. That's why professional grading is critical. Authentication services examine the originality, strike integrity, preservation quality, luster behavior, and microscopic wear patterns before assigning a grade. Without proper grading, many people never realize what they're actually holding. And this is where hidden wealth disappears every day. Somebody unknowingly destroys a valuable coin trying to make it shiny. Never clean this coin. Ever. Another reason collectors are obsessed with the 2022p quarter is because of mint mark psychology. The tiny P beneath Washington's portrait may look insignificant, but for serious collectors, that single letter changes the entire story. Philadelphia minted examples with unusual preservation characteristics have become incredibly desirable because the market now recognizes how difficult they are to locate untouched. Some collectors spend years searching bank rolls trying to find one premium survivor. Others quietly buy them online before prices climb higher. And what's fascinating is that many collectors refuse to publicly discuss the best examples they own. They hold them tightly, waiting for future market explosions. That silence creates even more curiosity in the hobby. People begin asking dangerous questions. How many are really left? How many were lost? How many are still hiding in circulation right now? Auction rooms tell the real story. When a premium 2022p state quarter appears with exceptional eye appeal and original surfaces, the energy changes immediately. Bidders become emotional, quiet, focused. Nobody wants to reveal how badly they want the coin. The competition becomes psychological. One bidder raises carefully. Another jumps aggressively. Suddenly, the price climbs into territory ordinary people cannot believe. And when the hammer finally drops, everyone in the room understands they just witnessed silent fortune changing hands. Some examples connected to extraordinary preservation quality have reportedly reached astonishing market levels, approaching $120. Zeroth. Think about that for a second. A quarter, 25 cents, accidentally spent every single day by people who never checked closely enough. This is why patience creates wealth in coin collecting. The people making money are not rushing. They inspect carefully. They protect original condition. Check the surfaces immediately. Look closely at the strike sharpness, lettering clarity, edge condition, and natural color. Avoid fingerprints. Never clean it. Store it safely in a protective holder and consider professional grading if the coin appears unusually sharp or original. Tiny details separate ordinary coins from life-changing opportunities. A darker antique surface, untouched luster, strong strike detail, or rare preservation quality could mean you're holding serious money without realizing it. Do not spend this coin. The people who ignored these warnings years ago are the same people now desperately trying to buy them back for thousands. And the next coin in this series is even more dangerous to ignore because collectors say its rarity is far scarier. The demand is exploding faster, and one tiny detail on that next quarter has already triggered unbelievable auction wars that almost nobody saw coming. You need to stop ignoring your spare change because one ordinary-looking 2016p state quarter is creating fear inside the collector world for a reason almost nobody understands yet. People are spending these coins every single day without checking the details, and some collectors are quietly pulling them out of circulation as fast as they can. Do not spend these coins. Hidden wealth is disappearing in plain sight, and what makes this even scarier is that the next detail you're about to hear completely changed how serious collectors look at modern quarters forever. The 2016p state quarter dollar entered circulation during a strange moment in American history. The economy looked stable on the surface, but underneath, the country was dealing with financial uncertainty, rising tensions in consumer confidence, and shifting attitudes toward physical money itself. Fewer people were paying attention to coins. Cash usage was slowly changing, digital payments were growing, and ordinary Americans stopped checking pocket change carefully. That created the perfect environment for hidden treasure to survive unnoticed. While people ignored quarters completely, collectors were quietly studying modern mint production more aggressively than ever before. And then something happened. Certain 2016 Philadelphia minted quarters began showing unusual preservation characteristics that instantly separated them from normal circulation examples. Most people missed this. Serious collectors did not. What makes this coin so dangerous to ignore is how normal it appears at first glance. There's no giant warning sign, no flashing signal, no obvious error screaming for attention. That's exactly why people accidentally lose them every day. The front of the coin, known as the obverse, carries the legendary portrait of George Washington. Around the portrait, you'll find the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date 2016. Beneath the date sits the tiny P mint mark representing the Philadelphia Mint. But experienced collectors don't just look at the text. They study strike depth around Washington's hairline, the sharpness of the jaw contours, and the tiny texture patterns hidden inside the fields of the coin. Those microscopic details reveal whether the coin survived with its original character intact. And original character is where silent fortune begins. The reverse design tells another story entirely. Depending on the state issue released during that year, the reverse side contains symbolic artwork tied directly to American identity, regional history, and cultural significance. The lettering, border sharpness, engraving depth, and field smoothness all matter enormously to collectors today. Some 2016p quarters display unusually bold strike details that experts believe came from earlier die usage before production. Stress weakened the designs. During heavy mint operations, dies wear down rapidly. As they fatigue, Details become softer, lettering weakens, and surface quality drops. That means only a tiny percentage of coins survive from strong early strikes with premium eye appeal. This is where collector obsession becomes intense. 2 quarters may look identical to ordinary people, but one tiny surface difference can separate pocket change from hidden wealth. And the year itself matters more than most people realize. In 2016, the United States Mint was under continuous pressure to maintain circulation flow while balancing quality and production speed. Minting equipment endured constant use. Dies cracked, wore down, and lost sharpness under relentless production demands. Coins struck during these periods often developed subtle differences in texture and appearance that later became highly collectible. Some quarters left the mint with extraordinary clarity, while millions of others entered circulation with weaker surfaces and duller detail. Over time, collectors realized premium survivors from Philadelphia were becoming increasingly difficult to locate. Why? Because most of them were destroyed by everyday use before anyone understood their importance. Think about where these coins went. Gas stations, laundromats, fast food counters, parking meters, grocery stores. Millions of Americans handled these quarters carelessly. They scraped together inside pockets, smashed against other coins in machines, collected dirt, moisture, oils, and scratches. Most were heavily damaged within months. Fine condition survivors with strong original surfaces became shockingly rare, much faster than expected. And now, the collector market is reacting aggressively. Quietly at first, then all at once. This is not fiction. Demand is climbing because supply keeps shrinking. The best examples are disappearing into private collections where owners refuse to let them go. The physical specifications of the 2016 P State Quarter make it instantly recognizable, but collectors study these measurements obsessively. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and carries a diameter of around 24.26 millimeters with a thickness near 1.75 millimeters. The reeded edge creates the classic quarter grip Americans know by touch alone. Its composition includes outer layers of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core, creating the durable clad structure used in modern U.S. quarters. But here's the part casual people never understand. The interaction between those metal layers affects the visual personality of every coin. Some develop icy brilliance. Others age into smoky gray toning or antique silver coloration that collectors absolutely love. Original toning matters. In fact, many experienced buyers will pay dramatically more for untouched natural surfaces because they prove the coin has not been tampered with. And that warning matters more than ever here. Never clean this coin. The second someone tries to polish, wipe, brighten, or chemically treat a rare quarter, the damage begins instantly. Cleaning destroys originality forever. Under magnification, grading experts can identify altered surfaces immediately. Tiny hairline scratches, unnatural shine, and dead-looking texture destroy collector confidence. A naturally aged quarter with honest circulation character often attracts far more attention than a harshly cleaned coin that looks artificially bright. This is why professional grading is critical. Authentication companies examine every microscopic detail, including luster flow, strike integrity, preservation quality, edge condition, and surface originality before assigning grades. One grading decision can completely transform how the market sees the coin. Collector psychology surrounding the 2016 P Quarter has become incredibly emotional. Some buyers are not chasing the coin because of hype alone. They genuinely believe these modern Philadelphia quarters represent the future of hidden American treasure. Older, rare coins have already become impossibly expensive, pushing collectors toward modern issues with shrinking survival populations. And among those modern coins, the 2016p has started building a reputation few people saw coming. Collectors search bankrolls for hours, hoping to uncover one untouched example. Some drive from bank to bank, hunting sealed quarter boxes. Others quietly buy premium survivors and lock them away. What's fascinating is how secretive the market has become. Owners don't always advertise what they have anymore. They hold. They wait. They understand scarcity is growing every year. Auction rooms reveal the truth behind the madness. When a premium 2016p state quarter with exceptional originality appears, the energy changes immediately. Bidders become tense, focused, calculated. Nobody wants to reveal how badly they want the coin. Increment after increment, the bidding climbs higher, while ordinary people watching from outside cannot believe a quarter is commanding such attention. But collectors understand something most people never will. Rarity is emotional. Survival matters. Originality matters. History matters. And once enough collectors decide a coin is important, the market transforms permanently. Some fine-condition examples of the 2016p quarter have reportedly reached astonishing market levels near $130,000 in private auction conversations and elite collector transactions. Imagine accidentally spending a coin tied to that level of silent fortune. This is why patience creates wealth inside the coin world. The people finding hidden treasure are not rushing. They inspect carefully under strong lighting. They check mint marks. They preserve surfaces. They avoid touching the coin directly. They never clean it. And they understand that ordinary-looking coins can become life-changing opportunities when survival becomes rare enough. The 2016p quarter is terrifying because it still hides in circulation. Somewhere right now, one could be sitting inside a forgotten coin jar, a cashier drawer, a glove compartment, or mixed into change at a convenience store. Most people will never notice it, but the collectors who do notice, they are grabbing them quietly before the rest of the country wakes up. If you find a 2016 quarter with the P mint mark, stop and inspect it carefully. Look at the surfaces first. Is the detail sharp? Does the coin still carry original texture? Are the edges strong and clean? Does the color look natural instead of overly bright? Tiny differences change everything. A strong, original example with attractive toning and minimal damage can attract enormous collector attention. Store the coin safely in a protective holder and consider professional grading immediately if the condition appears unusually clean or visually striking. Most people destroy value accidentally through impatience, rough handling, or cleaning mistakes. Smart collectors protect originality because originality is where hidden wealth survives. And now comes the terrifying part. The next coin collectors are chasing makes the 2016p quarter look almost ordinary by comparison. What's coming next has triggered even more aggressive bidding wars, fewer surviving examples, and a level of collector obsession that's making people recheck every single coin in their pockets before spending another dollar.